Good morning, class. Welcome to the lecture of research methodology. The research methodology is basically connected about how the research is to be conducted. I, Dr. Archana Rathore, will have your session in this subject. Now, let us know what is the foundation of research, its meaning, characteristic, scope, and limitation. So basically, research is any systematic investigation that aims to solve problem. Means there is a problem, might be possible, some work has already been done, but what we have to do here, we have to again find out some better solution. Or we can say the research is basically to answer the question or to make discoveries. We are not having here invention. We are talking about discoveries. The information is available. We have to simply find out. So the ability to undertake research and to understand its result are the key skills in the most professional way. Now moving to the next aspect, what are the different purpose of research? As we understand, the meaning means to find out something. So on the basis of that meaning, we have certain purpose also. The first purpose is exploration. Exploration stands for gaining some acquaintance or familiarity with the topic. Like whatever is in our hand, we are trying to discover on main dimension and possibly planning further manufactured researches. So again, as I told you, certain information is in our hand and we have to find out. We have to explore. The next purpose is description. Description means again, we can understand it with an example. The Census Bureau's report on how many Americans there are, a political poll predicting who will win, or any anthropologist's ethnographic account of a pre-literate tribe. So like here we have the example of how to identify who is going to win. So basically here we talk about, we work over the survey, we try to define that in our own way, and then we work over that. And another purpose is explanation. We can call it as the final research purpose. Like if I talk about further about this, to know means continuation in the second aspect. To know the candidates, voters' favor, we may go to the next step and ask why. Like in the description, we come to know how many Americans there are and what is the predicting political polling. On the basis of that, we are going to discuss, we are going to explain who is going to favor whom, how the parties are being favored by the number of the people. We may again count the kinds of the voter, what is the ratio of male and female, as well as young and old. We all know when we talk about this, I should say, election process, and if we talk about its ratio, we will find males are more in comparison of female. Our youngsters are more enthusiastic in casting their vote in comparison to our old person or old generation. So again, moving to the another aspect, that is the characteristics of a good report. As we know, it should be empirical. Empirical stands for it should be based on direct experiences or observation by the researcher. So basically the researcher is supposed to be the part of that activity. Mere the information collection should not be the base. The experience should be there. The next one is cyclic. Means research should start with the problem and ends with a solution. If we are ending any research with the problem, then again the purpose of the result cannot be fulfilled and it will not be known as a good research. The another quality is of logic. Means whatever the fact, whatever the information we are sharing, that should be based on valid procedure and principle. Another aspect is analytical. Means the research must utilize proven, proven analytical protocol or the procedure gathering the data. Whether we talk about the historical or the descriptive one, hardly matter, but it should be properly analyzed. The next one is critical. Critical here stands for the careful and precise judgment. We are not supposed to be biased. Whatever the right or the wrong, it must be on the basis of our critical study. The next aspect is the reliability. So whatever the procedure, whatever the research design we are using should be to enable the researcher to arrive on a valid and conclusive result. So that is replicability. Replicability stands for the repetition. The next aspect is of the methodical. Methodical is basically or research is basically, we can say, conducted in a very methodical manner without being biased. We should use a very systematic method as well as procedure. Means we can say that it should not be based on our convenience. Now moving to the next one, let us talk about the scope. We people are from the humanities, so here we will talk about the social science researches only. The area of research in various social sciences provides vast scope of research in our humanities. So basically the main scope of social researches are principle of procedure and suggested new concept, challenges existing theories, and revise them in the light of new evidence. As I earlier told you, research stands for to find out something new. Whatever the existing is, we have to focus on the another aspect which may enhance the knowledge. As everything has its scope, in the same way it has its limitation too. Why we are lacking in our research activities? There are many more reasons. We will discuss here few. One of them is lack of training. As we know, research is a systematic methodological work. If it is not in a systematic way, it cannot be done. And for doing any work in a proper method, we all are aware the training is required. If we look at the past, the training process was not done. The researchers used to select a topic and they start working over there. But nowadays, we are given 6 months or 1 year coursework. In that we used to learn, but in the past it was not. In many of the places we can see people are not taking this act as seriously. The coursework is done, but they are not able to do. So basically we can say there is a lack of training. The next one is lack of interaction. As you know, research stands for to get something either by discussion or by interaction. Unfortunately, we people are not interested. So And we find there is no proper interaction between the researcher and business as well as government institutions. And this results in substantial amount of data going untapped, not discussed even, because the business organizations or some other government institutions feel that the researcher is a younger person, may not be so serious. So they never entertain the people with open arms. They always go with some restrictions, and because of that, data is not available for them or made available for them. And as interaction is the way to collect the information, and when it is blocked, again the better result cannot be found, cannot be understood. The another one is lack of confidence. As earlier I told you, the researchers are the young generation, and young generation is thought to be little bit immature. And because of that, majority of the business are of viewpoint that researchers can misuse the data given by them. And as a result, they are unwilling to share or to reveal information about the required topic. If I talk about the next aspect, the another limitation, that is absence of code of conduct. Whenever we go to any place, we have to follow certain norms, certain ethics. And unfortunately, for this research work, no specific code of conduct has been decided. How the researcher should behave, what should be the parameter, and it results in interdepartmental or inter-university rivalries. Sometimes researchers feel that my guide has said you can do, you have right, and researcher feels like that I have right to do anything, I have right to intervene or to enter at any area, which is not acceptable. Another one is expensive publishing. As we know, research is a task which demands a lot of financial expenses. Researcher, as we know, is mere a student, sometimes not possible to bear all the expenses of publishing a paper. Very few journals are there who are ready to publish the papers without fee. And a single paper publisher or publishing needs minimum, I should say minimum 2,000 and 3,000. So it becomes quite difficult for a student, for a researcher who is not having any financial aid to get his or her or one's paper published. The effect of this limitation we can see nowadays, we people are not good at this field. And the researchers are also not taking care of the same. It encountered the effect, it encountered the result also, as we people are not having n number of or a large number of publishing papers, we are not having good information too. And if I continue in the same, the addition of providing clarity for the audience, researcher may discover additional opportunities for follow-up studies after doing the initial study, if limitation is noted. For the further information, dear, you can go for this website. Have a nice day. We'll meet tomorrow.